You were talking about the Nats and Bryce Harper, but Rendon actually hit a couple homers.
Yes, he did. 3 hits, 3 runs scored, 3 RBIs, average up to 285, hit numbers 14 and 15. Nats get a win in New York, 5-4.
Back over 500.
Max Scherzer gets win number 12. Actually got decent run support. It's usually 1 or 2 runs or zippy, but got 5 last night. So he's 12-5. ERA is 2.41. Herrera came in with the hold, and Ryan Matson, who hadn't been pitching that well at all this year, gets the save since Doolittle's on the dill.
Well, you know
Kind
what
of a
been pitching that
dicey
great
save.
has been Herrera since he got him.
He gave up a run.
He gave up a run, too. Home run.
He's been
And then
No, you're right.
Madsen gave up, I think, a hit to the leadoff hitter, which always gets you nervous, but he got out of it.
Yeah, got out with like
Double
9
play.
pitches. Yeah.
With double play.
So Harper went 1 for 5, hit the 2-run shot in the 7th, ended up being the game winner. So
he could salvage the season if he does put in the those power numbers.
Yeah, sure. If he hits 40 bombs and drives in 100 or close to it, and still hits 220, yeah, you're going to kill him for the 220. But if he's going to hit bombs that win games, then you can't call it a horrible season.
He can carry a team with those bombs.
I don't know if this is a big concern, but Chelsea James points this out in the Washington Stars. Good. You would take this for most pitchers. With a 3.27 ERA in his past 5 starts. It's good, but it's just not what Scherzer generally does, averaging just more than 9 strikeouts per 9 innings. So his numbers have come down a bit. Midway point, 2.41, has that sub-1 whip, but hasn't been as dominant the last 5-6 starts.
Yeah, I'm not that worried. Yeah, the weird story with the Nats is coming out with the Ryan Zimmerman stuff. Now it looks like he was probably battling a calf thing that they didn't want to talk about. So that whole narrative that Ryan, he's a veteran, he doesn't need spring training, he hates spring training, so we're just going to put him on the backfields and let him do his thing. There really was a reason for it, and the reason was, for whatever reason, he wasn't healthy enough to really run the bases. And
so he wowould hit and not run.
He would hit and not run.
And they would just lie to us and say, yeah.
And they just say, yeah, it's Ryan. He doesn't need spring training. He's a veteran. He hates spring training. It's so weird the way they handle things.
Well, it was weird because you don't hear, I'm sure a ton of vets hate spring training.
Yeah, right.
But that's not the way they do it. They get in there and they play their games. They get their swings in.
Yeah, and then you go home.
And they play in the regular games.
You got to leave in the 5th inning.
Yeah.
But Ryan was doing the whole back. And here's the thing. Ryan's like the nicest, the classiest guy. But I don't know why everyone was being so weird. Why wouldn't you just say, if it's a calf that's bothering you, the calf's bothering me. I don't want to run the bases right now, so I'm going to go take some swings on the back fields. Why wouldn't they just say that?
We had him on the show down there, right?
Yes.
He didn't say anything.
No, we asked him about it. He's like,
but it's curious. Look, he's been out for weeks now.
He's missed like 60 games.
And they've had really good replacements in Matt Adams and Mark Reynolds, guys who produced
But it's not like they've had a surplus of hitting.
What's the point of the lie?
So hold on.
There is no point.
This latest DL stint, did he go? They claimed it was his side because he dove for a ball. Oblique, right? Because he dove for a ball along the line and hurt it. Are they claiming that that's not the reason he went on the DL?
No, he went on that, but then at some point, acting up again, too.
Okay, all right.
So it's like
that's
been a
what's taken
combo
so
of everything.
long.
It's taking a combo of everything.
Yeah, he's been on the DL for, seems like 6-7 weeks.
He's missed like 60 games.
Yeah.
So it's just weird. It's just weird how they handle stuff over there. But
safe to say it's a lost season for Zim.
Well, it could. No, if he comes in the second half and balls out, look, he's not going to put out, any type of big numbers. But if let's say in the second half of the season, Cakes, he hits 15 bombs and drives in 40 runs.
It also gives you another
highly optimistic, but
okay, it is.
Maybe he does.
But it's possible if you got 75 games left. It's possible.
They could use the right-handed bat in the lineup. I know that Mark Reynolds does it at times, but you put Zimmerman there, then you could have Reynolds and Adams coming off the bench, pinch hitting.
Yeah, that's true. Matt Adams did pinch hit last night, 0 for 1. Reynolds started the game at first, 0 for 5. Michael Taylor got his 24th stolen base, which leads the major leagues. I was thinking about this last night as I was watching it. He leads the majors at 24 stolen bases, and he's hitting, 240. His on-base percentage is about 30%. Drabby, do you know how many stolen bases Ricky Henderson had in 1982? Just take a guess. I want the millennial to take a guess how many, because he has the record. Right now, 24 leads the majors through about 90 games in? 93 games in. Do you know how many Ricky Henderson had in 1982?
I'll say 121.
Ricky. Very close. 130.
Yeah,
Think about that number.
I used to love that.
Now, I know the game's changed, different era. Guys don't steal as much. You wait for the 3-run bomb.
Nobody steals.
Right. But there's no, I mean, Ricky Henderson's the greatest leadoff hitter in history of baseball by miles. Think about that number. 130.
Well, you'd have guys like
game.
Tim Raines would steal 70.
Who was that whitey
Coleman.
speed demon that was swiping bags for like the Brewers like 8 or 10 years ago? I can't remember his name.
8 or 10 years ago?
Maybe it was 15. I have no idea. But he was a little white shrimp that would steal bases at an alarming rate. This is when I was knee-deep in fantasy baseball.
I can't think of it.
But there was an era where you had, Tim Raines, Vince Coleman, Ricky Henderson. The stolen base used to be huge.
Hell,
now you can win the stolen base crown.
was a 40-40 guy one year.
Yeah, now you can win the stolen base crown with 40.
Yeah.
45.
Yeah.